Hello everyone, welcome to Voxcel. I hope you're doing fine. So in this video we're going to look at one of the reported exam task 2 questions that came on 28th of Feb 2026. So the type of this particular question is discuss both views. So without further ado, let's dive right in this particular video. Before looking at the question, we will try to understand the marking process. So there are four parameters: task response, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy. All these parameters are very important because they consist of 100% of your total scores. Like task response consists of 25%, CNC 25%, lexical resource 25%, similarly GR and A 25%. And if you combine them, the total comes out to be 100%. That's right. So if you don't know about these parameters, don't worry about that. I will tell you about them later in this particular video. Just hang in tight, and I will tell you all about these parameters. So you can find more about these items or these parameters on IELTS website, or you can go to our website and you can find these parameters there also. And if you are unable to get a band 7 or more even after multiple attempts and want our help, you can go to our website. I will leave the link in my bio and you can get yourself enrolled in our online video course and classes, or you can take our other services about which I will talk at the end of this particular video. So if you don't know where you're lagging, because the examiners, they are going to mark your essay, your task 2 on these four parameters. There is nothing else in between. So uh, these four parameters are the only parameters on which your task 2 will be marked. There is nothing else other than these parameters. So if you're not sure why you're not getting your desired band score, so you just have to work out which parameter you are lagging in, and then you have to improve that parameter. So let's start this particular video. So first I want to tell you about the most important thing that most students don't like focus really on is you have to focus on the prompt. Like you have to zoom in particularly on the prompt, not just some words. So you have to read the questions carefully. Do not focus on just some words. I will tell you what I mean by this. So this is the question that we are gonna deal with in this particular video. So the question says, many people are now spending more and more time traveling to work or school. Some people believe that this has negative development while others think there are some benefits. So what I mean by this is just do not focus on traveling to work or school. Okay, or some may think that just we have to tell the negative of traveling to work or school, or we have to tell benefits to travel from work to school or something like that. No, you have to understand the entire question and then see what we have to do with this. We have to discuss both views and we have to give our opinion as well. We have to tell what we think, like whether we think it has more negatives or more positives. Clear? So when we will like see the sample of this particular question, you will get the ideas. So these are the four parameters that I was talking about. So if you go to the IELTS website or our website Voxel, you will be able to find these parameters. So you, as you can see, from band 0 right up to band 9, all those four parameters like task achievement, CNC, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource in simple terms, vocabulary, and grammatical range and accuracy, grammar in simpler terms. So if you want a band 7, these are the things that you have to take care about. So if you're getting a band 6, so you may be doing these things. If you are trying to get band 7, you have to understand the differences in your writing. You have to make not just in terms of only vocabulary or grammar, the task achievement, coherence and cohesion. And I hate to break it to you, vocabulary just doesn't mean fancy words. Clear? Or band 9 words. You will not get a band 9 but just by using some band 9 words. So you have to read these, understand these. If you are not able to understand these words, Don't worry about that. You can enroll in our course in which we have discussed thoroughly how to get a band 7 or more, even a band 9. If you want, if that is your target, what kind of things teachers are looking at, what vocabulary actually means, what grammar actually means, what is task achievement, what is coherence and cohesion. We will teach you the structures that are tried and tested over the years. They are perfected over the years and helped numerous students, thousands of students, to achieve a band 7 or more in their writing and or speaking. So you can read more about that on our website. So now, the structure we're gonna use in this particular essay for, or in this particular video for this particular essay, is 4 paragraph structure. So first will be our introduction, in which we will introduce the question, like we will paraphrase the question, and then we will give our opinion, which side we think is stronger. In body paragraph 1, we will write one view, like some people say it is positive, some say it is negative, why it is positive in one paragraph or why it is negative in other paragraph. It's up to you which view you are gonna side with. According to that, we will divide those views. And in the 4th paragraph, we will write the conclusion. I hope it is clear. So before even write start it, like before even you start to write the question, you have to think of ideas. Do not start writing the question without thinking of ideas. You obviously you have to write both sides, so you have like divided like this, one side and the other side. You can you have to write at least one idea, or just simply in simple same terms, you have to write one idea for both sides, like one idea for one side and one idea for other side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you some time to think about this question. I'm okay, you can pause the video, you can think about the ideas for both sides. Like if it is negative, what are the negatives of spending more time traveling to work or school, and if it is positive, and what are some positives. So although you have to write one idea, you can think of like 2 or 3 ideas, and then whatever idea you think is easier for you to explain, okay, expand your ideas, you can pick that particular thing. Okay, you can pause the video. I'm going to show you my ideas, what I have thought about this question. So these are my ideas that I have thought about. So if I talk about the negative, because the question is saying there are some people say it's negative and others say there are some benefits, so we have to talk about the negatives and the positives. So if I talk about the negatives, environmental impact, all be, yeah, because if you are spending more time, sorry about that, if you're spending more time in traveling, obviously more fuel will be consumed, so it will have more environmental impact. It can cause stress, it can cause fatigue, or you can say it wastes a lot of time. So any one of these ideas can be used. For the positive, you can say productivity boost. So be very careful, do not choose two ideas that contradict each other. So you cannot say the negative is time wasted and the positive is productivity boost, because if you're saying if you travel long distances it wastes time, but on the other hand you're saying like it increases your productivity, the teacher will get confused and you will lose your scores in obviously task achievement and C&C. So productivity boost, how it can be explained, you can say people can do their work while traveling. Like if you're in public transport, you don't have to worry about the driving, because there is one particular dedicated driver to to drive that particular vehicle. So you can just sit in the seat, relax and do whatever work you want to do, or you can just listen to the music and relax yourself, something like that. Okay, more opportunities, yeah, you can go to faraway places for better education, better career, better jobs. So there are more opportunities of this particular thing or this particular development. Transition times, so by this I mean that it gives you some time off of work or study. Like if you're going to like just say from your school or your college to your home, so it gives you some time to let this team out. Okay, so you can let this team out in that particular time, and then when you reach home you can engage in other tasks that you have to do. Social connections, that's other positive, because if you are like spending a lot of time in like in the public transport, in buses or trains or whatever the mode of transport is, you can make new friends there. Okay, you can talk to strangers, you can make new connections, maybe who knows which connection can help you increase, like enhance in your career or something like that. Clear? So pick any of these ideas, okay, anyone from this particular side and anyone from this particular side, and then develop that. For this particular, we will like talk about, let's just say, uh, we will talk about fatigue, and I will pick more opportunities. So we will discuss or we will expand on these. Clear? So moving forward, so this is our question. Many people are now spending more and more time traveling to work or school. Some people believe that this has negative development, while others think there are some benefits. Discuss both views and give your own opinion. So first, one more thing, you have to write at least 250 words. So what does this mean? Yeah, minimum word count should be 250. There is no limit on maximum. You can write up to 400, 500 words, doesn't matter, but we don't go that far because we have time constraint. Clear? So if you look at these wording, these are always same for all the questions, so you have to give reasons, so basically ideas for your answer, and then you have to include any relevant examples. That's why I always say think about your ideas beforehand before writing, because sometimes the idea may seem the perfect idea for the question, but you do not have any particular reasons for the explanations, or you don't have examples for that particular thing to prove your point, so that idea will not fetch you more bands. Clear? So let's see the introduction first. So what we're gonna do for the introduction, we're gonna paraphrase this information. So today, let's read this particular paraphrasing. Today, an increasing amount of time is being spent by a lot of individuals on commuting or going to school. Some consider it to have certain positives, while others think it is detrimental. So what we are doing is we are writing this particular statement. We are reintroducing this particular statement, but in our own words. We are not using more like maximum words. We are paraphrasing some words, they cannot be paraphrased. Okay, so you can use like 10% of the word, 10 to 20% of the words from the question, but most of the words should be paraphrased. I hope it is clear. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell the examiner our opinion and what is the idea for positive and what is the idea for the negative part. So, although traveling longer distances can cause fatigue, I believe what makes it more desirable is that people can get access to better opportunities. So, the negative is fatigue, and I believe that it is more desirable. So, I am with the positive side because people can get access to better opportunities. So, you can get better career, better education. So, it's more important than just fatigue, because fatigue you can overcome that particular thing easily, but if you are not getting opportunities to enhance your career or to get better education so that you can get a better future, that's, you can say, it is of the utmost importance. I hope it is clear. So let's see the body paragraph 1. So what we're going to say in this particular body paragraph is we're going to pick the negative side. So on the one hand, some people say spending a growing amount of time on traveling, be it to work or school, is not good as it often leads to tiredness. So we have our idea of fatigue here. Now we're gonna expand on it. We're gonna give reasons why it is the like negative thing. So why it is negative? When people spend more time on journeys every day, they do not get enough time to rest and re-energize. So obviously, when you are spending more time on journeys, like from going from work to home or home to work, so you're spending more time on that than people used to do in the past. Like you're spending 3 4 hours, 2 3 hours, 4 5 hours, whatever time you're spending in total. So obviously that particular time is wasted in journeys, so that particular time could have been used to rest and re-energize. So that's why I say it is negative. This could result in loss of productivity and reduced time for family and personal activities, which can negatively affect their mental and physical well-being. So obviously this particular thing, it can like result in loss of productivity. You will be less productive. Why? Because you will feel restless, you will feel exhausted, Okay, you will not be energized, enthusiastic, so it will decrease productivity. And on the other hand, or to supplement this, you will not be able to spend like lot of time or more time with family or personal activities, because you are consuming that particular time, your personal time, in commuting, and it can obviously negatively affect your mental and physical well-being. I hope it is clear. So now we're going to give the example. For example, many employees in large cities around the world often spend 2 to 3 hours daily in traffic, which leaves them little time to relax. So we know in large cities around the world it's a common problem of traffic, okay, and more than that, they spend 2 or 3 hours daily in traffic. So, and because of that, they don't have much time to relax. I hope it is clear. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell the examiner, yeah, that is the case. We are admitting, yeah, this is a negative, but we are not with this particular side. We are with the positive. We are with those who say this is a positive thing, or it has some benefits. We are not discounting the negatives, but we're saying that it's not as bad as it looks. Clear? So, how we're gonna say that? However, I believe that the modern public transport is comfortable enough to negate the weariness aspect, but a bright future is non-negotiable. So yeah, the transport, or the modern public transport, it has become quite comfortable. There are comfy seats. The seats are comfy. There's enough leg room in the buses or in the trains. Okay, and that helps you to like negate the weariness, fatigue part. But if you want a bright future, that's non-negotiable. You cannot like negotiate with that. So obviously, who doesn't want a bright future? Clear? Now we're going to write the body paragraph 2. On the other hand, others opine that this development is beneficial because it allows individuals to access wider opportunities. So, yes, more opportunities, wider opportunities. That's our idea. Now we're going to expand on it. This is because industries and best education institutes are often found in cities due to the well developed infrastructure than the smaller towns or villages. Why uh, it gives access to better opportunities or wider opportunities? Because you must know or should know that industries and best education institutes like best schools or colleges, they are often found in cities. And why that's the case? Because the infrastructure of the cities is that infrastructure is well developed as compared to smaller towns or villages. Clear? So what happens with that? So people are now choosing to travel longer distances to improve their professional or academic future. So that's the reason people are now choosing to travel. So why now choosing? So here they're saying now spending. So that's the present scenario, not the past or the continuous thing. That's the present scenario. So they are now choosing to travel longer distances because why? They want a better future for the in terms of their professional or academic terms. Clear? Let's expand on that. As a result, they may gain better knowledge, skills, and career prospects. So if they try to do that, they can get these kind of things. Now we're gonna give an example for this. In India, many students from rural areas, for instance, travel to universities located in faraway cities so as to receive higher quality education. So, not only in India, if you look at any part of the world, people from usually from like less developed cities or rural areas, smaller towns, they usually go to big cities, metropolis, cosmopolitan cities, metros, whatever you want to call them, like big cities. Why? Because they want to get higher quality education, better job opportunity, something like that. So we have given the example. So that's our wider opportunities example. Clear? So now, like we gave the opinion in the body paragraph 1 that we are not with this particular view. Now we are gonna say why we agree with this particular view, meaning to say why we think this view is better than that particular view. So we're going to say this: since better education or career can provide a more comfortable future, I believe this trade off is worthwhile. Obviously, this is more like desirable. So this particular trade-off, like spending some more time while traveling, or if any negative, like some personal relationships, you will not get much time with your friends or your family members. Yeah, that's a trade-off, but it's worthwhile because you will be able to give them better life, your family a better life. If you are married, you can give your children a better future. They can go to better, best colleges. They do not have to take too much loan, if any, something like that. Clear? So it's a worthwhile trade-off. Clear? Now we're gonna look at the conclusion. So what we have to do in conclusion, we should like summarize our main ideas along with the main part of the question, like gist of the question. In conclusion, even though the negative of investing longer time in travel to the workplace or school is that it could result in exhaustion, I believe that better education or employment opportunities it provides are way more advantageous and they cannot be compensated for. Clear? So what I am telling, that this is my like gist of the question: investing longer time in travel to workplace or school. So first view was negative, exhaustion, but my idea of let's see, better education, employment, okay, opportunities it provides is advantageous and cannot be compensated for. I hope it is clear. So now we'll look at the complete sample. So if you look at the complete sample, it will look like this. Okay, it's, let me just minimize some. So it will look like this. So that's the benefit of our structure, that you will know what to do in the next sentence. You will not be left hanging for, like you will not be left hanging. You will know what, how to start up a paragraph, how to expand on that, how to think of the examples, so and how to give opinions when they are needed. So if you are not sure how to do that, you can enroll in our video course and we will teach you everything step by step. So if you want a band 7 or more, you can enroll in a video course. As I already told you, what you will get in our video course, you will get in-depth information about different types of task 1 and task 2 questions. So you will get all the types of task 1 questions, and you will get to know about all the types of task 2 question, be it academic or GT. And along with, not only that, you will get band 9 sample answers for all Cambridge books from book number 1 right up to book number 20. You will get all these sample answers, band 9 sample answers for task 1 and task 2 for both academic and GT. Okay, and you will get to know what teachers are looking for and how to give that to teachers, like what they are looking for task achievement, what they are looking sorry about that, sorry, task response, what they're looking for in task response, what they're looking for in C and C, coherence and cohesion, what they're looking for in your sorry about that what they're looking what they're looking for in vocabulary, and what they're looking for in GR and A. So you will get to know about that, and you will be able to give that to the teacher so they can give you the desired band scores. Apart from that, the things that I was talking about, that you can also buy, you can buy writing correction service. Like if you want us to assess your essay and give you some band score, estimated band scores, like the scores they are likely to get in your right task 2 writing in your exam according to the 4 parameters, you can do that. And we will also tell you in which parameter you are getting which band score and why, and what you need to do to improve that. Or you want to book 1-to-1 speaking slot, you can do that also. Again, we will analyze your speaking, assess your speaking according to the 4 parameters, and tell you in which parameter you are lacking, which is your weak part, and how to improve that. Okay, you can do that, and you can find more info. If you want to do that, you can visit our website. It's voxel.org. I will leave the link in my bio as well. You can visit from that, or you can just go to and you can type this particular thing in your web browser. Sorry about that, I don't know what happened to my throat. Okay, so that's it for this video. Then I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.